Day the 11th of June 2020, 20 to 5 p.m. An update. While the situation has changed again, I was going through a devastating trauma, guilt, a sense of guilt, because in the middle of all the torture, I caught the little boy from Ricky Martin's song Maria, who just turned up wholesome, and it was like killing myself. I felt such self-hatred that I thought I would never be able to listen. Well, to listen, perhaps I listen to the song I may, but to watch the video and to look in the eyes, because it's a little boy, and of course nowadays he's not a little boy, but the person with whom I shot it was a little boy, quite innocent in the sense of this being the adults who have created this war. So I felt terrible. Then I started thinking. First, I thought that, well, perhaps I could prepare some lessons, materials for learning for Latinos in America, and well, it has been developing, and finally, yesterday, I arrived at the idea that I could actually adopt him. There's the heart adoption, something like that. I don't know how it really works, but that it's from the Roman Catholic Church, and it basically means that this is your child spiritually. And of course, he has his mother and his father, but he's in special care, and you choose it for life, and you'll always be like an angel over him. But it did not last too long, because they put his penis in my breast. So this ends the story, and probably they also added his mother's router, or whoever the whore is. I felt the sense of sperma, the sense of sperm in my mouth. So this ends the story, and basically a whore is a whore, and a whoreson is a whoreson, which ends the love of my life I had not been aware of until it started disappearing. I was in a lovely relationship with Ricky Martin for years, shockingly enough. I'm not sure if he is aware of it, but to all appearances he is. Or at least the persons that turned up as Ricky Martin. Well, probably there has been some confusion resulting from the fact that Alexandra Kicha has my life history put into her overall makeup. So she's really guilty. And it's not someone who has done something to the innocent woman, naive. She has always been calculated. So it's really her. The world has chosen, and that puts me outside of life. But I have the world of my own, the world of my dreams, and my spiritual world, which is creating the future, and this is monarchy. I love it, and whatever the relations right now are, it's hard to determine. Due to what they have done to my body and my reputation, it cannot be good, obviously. But in my spiritual world, I know I can come over, so to say. This is spiritual life, and I believe that what we do spiritually has the effect in the end. Sadly, my spiritual life has been totally devastated by the fact that from the pacifist I had to go into the war, and I don't think I have ever fought a war. So this is something totally new to me. I have, or perhaps I have, no, I don't think so. I don't think so really. Mm, but I mean, if I was given, if I was rewarded for my life with the queendom, the noble queendom of what I first called Nipolitania and now I call Onestia, then the monarch probably needs to be able to act in the situation of the war. Well, Tibet was peaceful, and we see what has happened to it. Before it had fought wars, it had even invaded China, but I think Tibet is he. I would not call Tibet she. Um, England is she to me, but Tibet is he. But maybe I'm correct. Um, Poland is also she. Um, well, anyway, this is a totally novel situation for me, and this is again the reorientation. So I won't be listening to Ricky Martin and Latinos anymore. I don't know, perhaps one day we can find each other again, but it seems to me I will not have the trust again. On the subconscious level, I will always have the trauma that resulted from this affinity. It came naturally through dancing. And the presence of the person, of which I was not aware, but which has become, became, which was becoming clearer and clearer as it all was being destroyed. So that's another of the sad ends in my life. My life that has been devastated and is unlivable right now, but still there's some life to it. I have moved to my living room, back to my carpet. I have put some cloth, kind of cloth, on the carpet, my books around me, just like during the university time. Um, the arrangement of the room is different from that one, but it's still the same, and I have started studying. Well, actually, I have taken 3 courses. I have started 3 courses, not taken them yet. I'm taking 3 courses in future learning, regardless of what they had done to me when I had been doing the one on Jane Austen. That certainly gives one the motivation and guidelines, obviously, even though I do it my way, because I always do things my way. So I need to work on it, and I'm not sure if it was really Miss Rothschild who actually went for the challenge of a battle on this Tudor course. The courses are the Tudors, Shakespeare, and British imperialism. So I don't know if she said yes or no, but someone said yes, and this is enough. So I have reorientated myself generally with towards the cause and towards the history as a whole, and well, we'll go for it. Obviously, I'm not going to claim that my knowledge is greater than that of the professor, this or that, or even a student of history, even a mediocre student of history. It is about understanding, and it is about the perspectives. It is about what you see, what you look at, how you view it all generally, and what conclusions you draw. And I believe I can win it. Even against my I think I have already won it against my as far as my high school teacher Robert Kłosowicz, who happens to be a university professor now, and also a specialist and expert on national defense for the civic platform. I think he started with the law and justice. He also worked in the Institute of Polish Memory, but well, he has become a whore. This is a typically Polish, how to put it, well, one of the problems I have is the words still escaping the words that I know. What was it? Propensity? I don't know. When you are liable to suffer from something. So the Polish one is hornessness or horseship. Poles tend to be horse. Probably it has historical. It has. There are some historical reasons for it. The survival factor. Survival understood not only as the pure life that still goes on, but also how well you are situated in life. The prestige and wealth too, I believe. So I have already won as far as the professor is concerned, because of my attitude to the round table, my viewpoint on communism, and my perspective. So I know that I am right, and it's becoming obvious. But I was the first who started talking about it and viewing the situation this way. So history is my new passion. But I want to mention also that these other areas, for instance, philosophy, which I started at the Pontifical University of John Paul II, another hall. I don't know if John Paul II was a hall, but the university people are Russian halls, the European Union halls, American halls everywhere, especially the police. They are really at the top. Or perhaps not, perhaps the judiciary. I don't know. Perhaps the judiciary, because the police people are not educated, and the judiciary people are educated. So it makes them more of the whore than the ones who are uneducated and not too bright. So as far as philosophy is concerned, I was to study it in Russian, which was very important because it means I can formulate my thoughts, my deep thoughts, in Russian. Still, horse attacked me, so I had to resign from it. But I'm going to resume the intention, and I will produce my works in Russian too. There are many foreign languages I want to learn, so I believe I will be living in the world of my own imagination, um, suffering the trauma I am suffering due to the physical reasons, due to the physical devastation of my body, due to all the connections that are unbearable for me. But at the same time, I have learned a lot about myself, and the identity especially has become an important factor. I have Taj Mahal on my wardrobe. There's Lhasa, Saint, there's Virgin Mary, some pictures of Virgin Mary and Taj Mahal. And it, I was actually wondering if I could put it where I put it, because I didn't want to make it hierarchical, vertically. So can you put it under without offending? But then what it really is in the arrangement of my room is I'm lying in my bed and looking straight at Taj Mahal, so this is as if I were there in front of it, so this is a different space. And I thought that, well, I sleep with the Holy Quran, with the Noble Quran. The Holy Quran is the same as the Noble Quran? I think it's the same. So it is at the same level. Well, I sleep with many books, with the Holy Bible too, and other writings. And I I believe that what's on my profile right now. Yesterday I thought that it was just perfect, and I could leave it like that. But then there was a development today, especially when I saw, well, the girl in the daughter of Sisi in the video clip from the movie that is in the movie too. He's so much like me, and it just struck me today in the morning that they might have done it to the little girl just to make the movie, to make an invalid of her for life, or perhaps even longer, just to make a movie. And this tells everything about this industry, and tells us how to relate to it. So perhaps what's happening in our life has to do with the fascinations, like, oh, Sisi is my favorite movie. And then what's in that movie really? But then there's also the other issue that comes with that, and that comes with the identity, which is, bad monarchies, bad kings, bad queens, bad tsars, bad emperors, bad empresses, and the noble mob. Well, and this is exactly what I raised as one of the first in this epoch, so to say. And it goes to the highest court of law, the mob, the French Revolution. Some time ago I realized that we would get free from the French Revolution if we start thinking in terms of the left wing and the right wing. I watched one lesson, actually a part of it, which is within the distant learning program, and it was on the French Revolution. And it was the first time I actually realized that this is where it comes from. So they sat on the left, they sat on the right, and they sat in the center. Many such things come up, and suddenly history has become totally fascinating. So I'm going to approach it the monarchic way, as I am in my own personal spiritual life. It was a calling for me. The creation of the Noble Kingdom was a calling for me. But this once I took it, it, it has changed the identity. So I don't believe that I could come back to what had been before. I just hoped for keeping the people I truly love. Mm, well, things are as they are, and this is a very depressing and sad life in front of me. But this is the rule of the spiritual growth, and one cannot um, pretend it's otherwise. If one wants to have the spiritual life and be the person one truly is. So, thank you for your attention. This is all from me for now. Back to my carpet. Agnieszka, Beata, Magdalena, Rojek. That is Agnieszka Justitia, the First of Honestia, the Noble Queen, the Guardianess of Truth and Justice, the Protectress of the Pure Barley, the Virgin. The 11th of June 2020, Agnipolis.